Stoic Strength: 10 Strategies to Outsmart Manipulative Women and Reclaim Your Power. Have you ever experienced the frustrating sting of being ghosted, left in the dark wondering where things went wrong? Or perhaps you've been caught in a maddening cycle of hot and cold behavior, where affection alternates with icy distance, leaving you emotionally drained and confused? It's a common experience, and the harsh truth is that some women engage in these manipulative games. But it's essential to understand that while you're not responsible for the existence of these games, you are responsible for how you respond to them. You might think, it is hard being a man, or women are never satisfied. But if you don't recognize these games and learn how to navigate them effectively, you'll find yourself trapped in a perpetual loop of frustration, confusion, and heartbreak. It's time to break free from this cycle and reclaim your power. This isn't about manipulating women or resorting to underhanded tactics. Instead, it's about cultivating inner strength and mastering your own emotions through the principles of Stoicism. By embracing Stoicism, you'll transform yourself into a man who remains calm and composed in the face of adversity, a man who cannot be controlled or manipulated. You will learn the value of self-control and patience, which in turn builds character and respect. This journey is about more than just winning with women. It's about taking control of your life, refusing to be emotionally manipulated, and standing tall as a man who knows his worth. Prepare yourself for a transformative journey that will forever change the way you handle relationships and reclaim your personal power. 1. Detach emotionally, the unshakable foundation. The cornerstone of outsmarting manipulative games lies in emotional detachment. This doesn't equate to being uncaring or indifferent. Rather, it signifies a liberation from the tyranny of your emotions. It means that you're no longer controlled by your emotional impulses or reactive to external stimuli. Most men falter when a woman withdraws or acts coldly. They become anxious, start overthinking every interaction, and desperately try to fix the situation. They make excuses and say things like, "She is probably just busy." However, here's a crucial truth. Women often employ these tactics to test your emotional resilience. They're gauging how easily you crumble under pressure. When you chase after them, desperately seeking their attention and validation, you inadvertently fail the test. In contrast, you must cultivate emotional detachment. Whether she's showering you with attention one moment or ghosting you the next, your emotional state must remain constant. Maintain your composure, stay centered, and refuse to be swayed by her manipulative games. A man must always have his own inner peace. The more you practice emotional detachment, the more attractive you become. Women are inherently drawn to men who exude composure and self-control in any situation. This signals strength, a quality that makes you irresistibly desirable. It shows that you're not easily influenced and are secure in yourself. Consider a scenario where a woman you're interested in suddenly stops responding to your texts. The immediate urge might be to bombard her with messages, wondering what went wrong. However, practicing emotional detachment means acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. You recognize the disappointment, but you don't allow it to consume you. Instead, you maintain your composure, continue focusing on your own goals and activities, and allow her to initiate contact when she's ready. This demonstrates self-respect and independence, qualities that are far more attractive than neediness or desperation. Emotional detachment frees you from the emotional roller coaster of manipulative games, allowing you to approach relationships from a place of strength and stability. You're not dependent on her approval because you are confident in yourself. 2. Recognize behavioral patterns, decoding the game. Women, like all humans, are creatures of habit. Once you begin paying close attention, you'll discern recurring patterns in their behavior that previously escaped your notice. Recognizing these patterns is crucial because they reveal intent, allowing you to anticipate their moves and effectively outsmart their games. Once you see the pattern, the game becomes predictable, and predictability allows you to navigate the situation with skill. One of the most prevalent patterns is the hot and cold dynamic. One day, she might be texting you incessantly, showering you with compliments, and hinting at future plans. The next day, she's completely silent, distant, or acting as if she doesn't care. This sudden shift can be incredibly maddening, designed to keep you guessing. This is a classic push-pull strategy, employed to gauge your reaction and see if she can induce you to chase her. If you succumb to this tactic and start bombarding her with messages, desperately seeking reassurance, you're playing directly into her hands. Instead, recognize that this is a test of your emotional control. She wants to see if she can elicit a reaction from you, and most men fail this test by panicking and chasing harder. However, you're not like most men. You will maintain your composure and allow her to come to you. When you refuse to react to her hot and cold behavior, you flip the script, and suddenly, she's the one chasing you, wondering why you didn't fall for her game. It is important to recognize that this is a manipulative tactic that is designed to get a reaction. It's essential to clarify that this behavior isn't always malicious. Sometimes, women subconsciously engage in these patterns, testing your confidence without even realizing it. Regardless of the intent, the outcome remains the same. You must remain emotionally grounded and unshakable. Another common pattern is breadcrumbing, where she provides just enough attention to keep you interested without ever fully committing. You might receive occasional flirty texts or vague agreements to hang out sometime, but when it comes to making concrete plans, she's nowhere to be found. This game is designed to keep you on the hook, investing your time and energy without receiving any genuine commitment in return. The key to handling breadcrumbing is to call it out without anger or emotional investment. You can say something like, "Look, I'm not interested in half-hearted attention. If you're not interested in spending time together, that's fine, but I'm not going to wait around for you." This statement is delivered calmly, without emotion or chasing. By doing this, you establish clear standards and communicate that you're unwilling to settle for less than you deserve. When you stop participating in her games, it may cause her to shift her behavior. 3. Set boundaries early, commanding respect. Setting boundaries isn't solely about protecting yourself. It's about commanding respect. If you fail to establish boundaries early in a relationship, you're inadvertently signaling to her that it's acceptable to disregard your needs and walk all over you. Many men hesitate to set boundaries, fearing that it will scare women away. But this fear is unfounded. Women actually crave boundaries, as they demonstrate self-respect. A man who respects himself is a man who others will respect as well. The key to setting boundaries effectively is to approach them from a place of self-respect, not control or insecurity. It's not about dictating what she can or cannot do, but about clearly communicating what you need to feel respected in the relationship. For instance, if she frequently cancels plans at the last minute or leaves you hanging without explanation, don't ignore it or brush it off. Address it calmly and directly. You could say, "Hey, I've noticed you've been canceling a lot lately, and I value consistency. If you're not interested in making plans work, that's fine, but I'm not okay with this back and forth." This approach is not accusatory or demanding. It simply states your boundary and communicates your needs. The magic of setting boundaries lies in its ability to force her to either step up and respect you or move on. Either way, you win because you've protected your emotional energy and asserted your self-worth. Boundaries are there to protect both parties in a relationship. This shows respect and builds a good foundation. Consider a common scenario where boundaries are crucial. Dating a woman who flirts with other men in front of you. She might do this to provoke jealousy or test how much you care. Many men would either explode in anger or silently stew in resentment. However, you, as a stoic man, will calmly pull her aside later and say, "Look, I'm not into games. If you're interested in other guys, that's fine, but I'm not going to stick around for that." Notice how you're not reacting emotionally. You're setting a boundary and leaving it up to her to respect it. If she doesn't, you walk away. 4. Stay calm under pressure. The power of stoic composure. When it comes to manipulative mind games, nothing is more powerful than maintaining composure under pressure. Women often test men to see if they can make them lose their cool. They might bring up their ex, flirt with other guys, or even make passive-aggressive comments to provoke an emotional reaction. It's a classic move designed to gauge your emotional stability. However, most men take the bait and react predictably. As a stoic man, you will handle these situations with unwavering calmness, composure, and detachment. When she starts pushing your buttons, you will remain unbothered. When you refuse to react, you completely disarm her. She expects you to become jealous, angry, or argumentative. But when you remain calm, you send a clear message. You cannot control me. When one person is more invested than the other, there's often a power imbalance. For example, let's say she brings up her ex during a conversation, saying something like, "My ex used to take me to this amazing restaurant," or "I had so much fun with my ex last summer." She's trying to elicit a reaction, to make you feel insecure or jealous. Most men would respond with something like, "I don't want to hear about your ex," or "Why are you still thinking about him?" However, you will remain calm and respond with something like, "That's cool. I'm sure he was a great guy." You don't give her the reaction she's looking for, making you unpredictable and ultimately shifting the power dynamic. Another scenario, she's flirting with another guy in front of you, perhaps even in a group setting. Most men would become visibly agitated, either trying to outdo the other guy or getting angry at her for disrespecting them. However, a stoic man remains calm, even if it stings a little inside. You don't engage in competition. You simply observe and let her see that you're not threatened. If she's doing this to get attention from you, your calmness will make her wonder why you're not reacting, and that's when the power shifts back to you. The key is to never allow your emotions to dictate your actions. When you stay calm under pressure, you demonstrate that you're not easily shaken, and that makes you incredibly attractive. Staying calm will get you far not only in your relationship, but in your daily life. 5. Focus on long-term goals, the power of purpose. Many men lose their way in relationships because they become fixated on immediate gratification. They crave the validation of her affection, the fleeting high of her attention, or the quick fix of resolving a conflict. However, Stoicism teaches us to play the long game. When you prioritize your long-term goals, you stop obsessing over the day-to-day drama of a relationship. Consider this. If you're diligently building a successful career, working on your fitness, and striving for personal growth, do you genuinely have time to get caught up in petty mind games? Of course not. You have bigger things on your plate, and this shift in mindset achieves two crucial outcomes. First, it reduces your emotional reactivity, as you're not placing all your emotional eggs in the basket of a woman's attention. Second, it enhances your attractiveness, as you become a man on a mission, and nothing is more alluring to women than a man with purpose. A goal-oriented man often has more self-confidence. Let's say you've been dating a woman for a few weeks, and everything seems to be progressing smoothly. Then, out of nowhere, she starts pulling back, texting less frequently, making fewer plans, and generally acting distant. Most men would panic, overthink the situation, and desperately try to fix things. They would become anxious, start chasing harder, and make the classic mistake of becoming overly available. However, a man who is focused on his long-term goals doesn't flinch. He is busy building his life, improving himself, and working towards his aspirations. If she wants to be a part of that journey, great. If not, he's not going to lose sleep over it. When you prioritize your long-term goals, you naturally cultivate emotional independence. You no longer need validation from her, as you derive validation from your own progress, accomplishments, and growth. And here's the unexpected benefit. When she sees that you're not chasing her or getting caught up in the drama, she'll be drawn to you even more. She recognizes that you're different, not the typical guy who's waiting around for her to text back. You're the guy who's too busy building his life to care about petty games. 6. Avoid emotional retaliation, the path to control. One of the most significant errors men make when confronted with women's games is retaliating emotionally. She does something to hurt you or make you jealous, and your immediate instinct is to seek revenge or get even. Perhaps she starts flirting with another guy, so you flirt with another girl to make her jealous. Or maybe she ghosts you, so you start playing hard to get to make her chase you. This is a game of manipulation that ultimately doesn't end well. However, the moment you resort to emotional retaliation, you've already lost. You're reacting to her actions, which means she's in control. You're allowing her to dictate your behavior, placing her in the driver's seat. A Stoic man never retaliates emotionally because he recognizes that emotional reactions are a sign of weakness. Instead, he responds with calm indifference. If she ghosts him, he doesn't chase her or start playing games in return. He simply withdraws his attention and focuses on himself. If she tries to make him jealous, he doesn't take the bait. He stays calm and continues living his life. It is important to know when a person's actions reflect on their character. Imagine you're at a party with a woman you've been seeing, and she starts flirting with another guy right in front of you. Most men would either become angry and confront her or start flirting with another girl to make her jealous. However, both of these reactions stem from a place of insecurity. Instead, you will remain calm and disengage. You don't give her the reaction she's seeking, which drives her crazy. You've demonstrated that she has no power over you. When you refuse to retaliate emotionally, you maintain control of the situation. You send a clear message. I'm not going to be manipulated by your games. And here's the beauty of it. When you don't react, the game loses its power. She'll either stop playing it or realize that you're not someone she can control. Either way, you win. 7. Communicate clearly and firmly. The foundation of respect. Communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, but most people approach it ineffectively. They either avoid tough conversations altogether or engage in them with excessive emotion, leading to arguments, misunderstandings, and further drama. A Stoic man understands how to communicate clearly and firmly without letting his emotions cloud his judgment. The key is to communicate your needs and boundaries calmly and assertively. When dealing with a woman who is playing games, there is no need to yell, argue, or make accusations. Instead, calmly express what you expect and leave it at that. Communication is important for resolving conflicts. Let's say she's been acting distant or inconsistent, and it's starting to affect you. Most men would either explode at her or try to suppress their feelings. However, a Stoic man addresses the issue head-on without drama. He might say something like, "Hey, I've noticed you've been acting differently lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'd like to know if there's something we need to talk about." Notice how you're not accusing her, raising your voice, or demanding answers. You're simply communicating your observation and inviting her to explain. This approach disarms her because you're not coming from a place of neediness or emotion. You're approaching the situation with calm confidence, which is incredibly attractive. When you communicate clearly and firmly, you set the tone for the relationship. You demonstrate that you're not afraid to address issues and that you're not going to let things fester. This fosters a relationship dynamic based on respect and honesty, rather than manipulation and mind games. 8. Prioritize your own well-being, the ultimate investment. Ultimately, the most important relationship you have is with yourself. This is a fundamental truth that many men forget, especially when they become entangled in emotional games and manipulative behavior. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, and feeling like you're walking on eggshells, it's time to take a hard look at what you're allowing into your life. No one, man or woman, is worth sacrificing your mental peace, self-respect, or well-being. The moment you prioritize someone else's needs above your own sanity, you've already lost the game. This will slowly chip away at your character and affect your self-esteem. This doesn't mean becoming selfish or disregarding others. It's about balance. When you prioritize your own well-being, you become more attractive, not less. Women are drawn to men who are grounded, who know their value, and who refuse to let anyone destabilize them. This principle extends beyond relationships, encompassing every aspect of your life, including your career, friendships, and family. You need to prioritize yourself. It is important to value and respect yourself first, before you can give that to others. Imagine you're dating a woman who consistently sends mixed signals. One minute, she's all over you. The next, she's distant and cold. You start questioning yourself, wondering what you did wrong. You might even start altering your behavior to accommodate her mood swings. Stop right there and ask yourself, how is this affecting my mental health? If the answer is negatively, you need to take action. Take a step back, withdraw your energy, and refocus on what makes you feel good. Whether that's hitting the gym, working on your side hustle, or spending time with friends who genuinely have your back, you owe it to yourself to protect your peace at all costs. The moment you stop prioritizing her and start prioritizing yourself, two things will happen. Either she'll recognize your value and start respecting you more, or she'll leave because she can no longer control you. Either way, you win. You've either eliminated someone who doesn't respect you or gained the upper hand in the relationship by demonstrating that you're not easily swayed. In today's world, men are constantly bombarded with the notion that they must cater to women's emotions and needs at the expense of their own well-being. This is nonsense. Prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical health isn't just attractive. It's essential for your survival in a modern dating landscape. When you demonstrate that your peace of mind is non-negotiable, you instantly become more desirable and respected. So, the next time you feel your peace being threatened by someone else's erratic behavior, ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing my well-being for? If the answer is no, then it's time to recalibrate and get back to what truly matters. You. 9. Practice patience, the ultimate test of strength. Patience is a formidable weapon in your arsenal when dealing with women who play games. While the desire for immediate results and clarity is understandable, women often test your patience to assess your ability to handle uncertainty. It is in a man's nature to always seek clarity and resolutions, but patience must be practiced. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, the man who cultivates patience stands out. He is rare, valuable, and unyielding under pressure. He does not react in haste, but instead waits for the opportune moment. If she takes hours to respond to a text or cancels plans at the last minute, he does not lose his composure. He allows events to unfold naturally, maintaining his equilibrium. Women will invariably test your patience. They may take extended periods to respond to messages or abruptly cease communication to gauge your reaction. The key is to resist the urge to react impulsively. Instead of bombarding her with inquiries or attempting to rectify the situation, adopt an attitude of stoic detachment. Allow her the space and time to initiate contact when she is ready. She will undoubtedly notice your lack of pursuit, prompting her to question why you are not playing along with her games. It is through this display of restraint that the power dynamic shifts in your favor. The strength of patience lies in its capacity to demonstrate that you are not desperate for her validation. It conveys emotional fortitude, highlighting your capacity to remain unfazed by external circumstances. This makes you an intriguing and attractive prospect. Patience is not merely about awaiting her response or commitment. It encompasses the ability to delay gratification in all aspects of life. When you cultivate patience, you cease chasing after fleeting pleasures that do not contribute to your long-term well-being. You refrain from reacting impulsively to trivial matters and avoid being ensnared by emotional turmoil. A stoic man recognizes that true success requires time and perseverance. He remains unhurried, unyielding, and focused on his objectives. He understands that good things will come in time and do not happen overnight. While others are consumed by the pursuit of instant gratification, you maintain a composed demeanor, allowing events to unfold while staying focused on your goals. Patience does not imply inaction. Rather, it signifies waiting for the opportune moment to act strategically. In relationships, career pursuits, or personal growth, patience allows you to make deliberate, calculated decisions that yield long-term benefits. It is not about instant satisfaction, but about enduring success. 10. Choose when to walk away, the ultimate power move. There is a saying that encapsulates the essence of strength. The most powerful position is to be able to walk away and mean it. If there is one takeaway from this content, let it be this. Knowing when to walk away is the ultimate power move. It is the nuclear option, the trump card that most men are hesitant to play. However, when executed with conviction, it instantly grants you the upper hand. It communicates your worth and value to the person on the receiving end. It is essential to recognize that not every woman is deserving of your time and energy. If she is engaging in manipulative games, stringing you along, disrespecting your time, or treating you as an option rather than a priority, you must be prepared to walk away. This departure should not be characterized by petty drama or emotional outbursts, but rather by calm, quiet confidence. Walking away demonstrates that you do not require her validation. It conveys that you have options and that your self-respect is paramount. In many instances, when you walk away, she will pursue you. This is because walking away is an act of self-respect, and women are inherently drawn to men who possess self-worth. Remember that this is done without an intent to manipulate the other person, but to respect yourself. Walking away is not a tactic to manipulate her into chasing you. It is about recognizing your inherent value and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. It communicates, I am no longer willing to participate in these games. If you desire to be in my life, great. If not, I am perfectly content without you. If she consistently flakes on plans, engages in flirtatious behavior with other men, or disrespects you in any way, calmly state, I am not interested in being part of this back and forth. If you are serious about us, let me know. If not, I am moving on. This statement should be delivered without anger, frustration, or drama, but with calm, collected confidence. Then walk away. Do not send follow-up texts or monitor her social media activity. Instead, focus on yourself, your goals, and your well-being. Sometimes, walking away means walking away for good. There will be instances where she does not pursue you or return. However, by walking away, you have already won. You have maintained your dignity, self-respect, and peace of mind, all of which are far more valuable than any fleeting relationship. The power of walking away stems from the fact that most men are afraid to do so. They fear losing her, being alone. However, when you walk away, you are proclaiming, I am not afraid. I know my worth, and I am not settling for less. This kind of confidence is rare and magnetic. The most significant benefit of walking away is the freedom it provides. You liberate yourself from emotional games, reclaim control of your life, and cease allowing someone else to dictate your happiness or self-worth. This is true power. Conclusion: you now possess 10 powerful, practical, and life-changing strategies to outsmart manipulative women and reclaim your personal power. These strategies extend beyond romantic relationships, offering guidance for navigating all aspects of life. By practicing emotional detachment, setting boundaries, staying calm under pressure, prioritizing your well-being, practicing patience, and knowing when to walk away, you will become an unstoppable force. This journey is not about manipulation or trickery. It is about mastering yourself. It is about becoming a man who is in control of his emotions, his time, and his life. As you embody these qualities, you will naturally attract women who respect you, value you, and do not engage in manipulative games. It takes commitment and patience to change habits and patterns. These strategies will set you on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. But the work does not stop here. Continue to grow, learn, and apply these principles in every area of your life. Let us foster a community of men who refuse to be manipulated and who take control of their lives.